Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Ryan Date, aka Date Ryan Sama here on Twitch and on Twitter. And I've got with me, as always, the pillars, the Hashira of the Hashira podcast. Over there is Goose the Truth, aka Travis. That's my big brother. Then we've got Nobu Nagadano, aka Tommy. We've got Black by Nature 66, aka Kadeem. And of course, that is Ed, and Edwin, the man behind the activity and the ability. And we are the Hashira Podcast, coming to you live here on Twitch. And for those of you who will be watching later on YouTube, whenever you get a chance, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Join the conversation so that other people can join the conversation. Thank you guys for sitting with us and watching with us. And today we're going to be talking that Jujutsu Kaisen. Finally, with the full group of the Hashira, which I'm excited for. We normally, it's been me and Ed talking about it briefly. One time we talked a little bit about it while we were playing Tekken and stuff like that. But now I've got all the pillars with me, and it's time to talk that Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an anime that I think is pretty fantastic, but we have some differing opinions here. So let's see. Let's talk about it. So I want to start off with a simple question, and I think since it's our reaction to the first season, and it's the first season, we get to do this. What is a moment that sticks out to you from the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen? Like what moment just goes, hey, boom, I like this, or I like this moment even if I necessarily don't like all the things that's happened in the anime. So go ahead. That is the question.
I'm gonna go first.
Oh, do it, yeah.
Is when my boy Nanami went into overtime.
This dude,
because it was because he was saying the whole time, he's like, yo, like at a certain time I'm done, you know, I'm not going into overtime or whatever, and I ain't trying to work past. I don't know if I remember if he said the time or not, but then it's like, what the hell? What's he gonna do? Why does he keep saying overtime? I thought he was gonna just walk away, to be honest with you. And then he just pulled off his dang tie.
Word, and got more beast. Like what the heck?
Yeah, word.
I think it was past. I know it was like in the app. It's like a normal shift. Might have been past 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that.
But that just means it goes overtime. I thought that was actually dope to me. Like it was a different take on an ability. Like if I go into overtime, I'm gonna get stronger. Like what in the world was that about?
Yeah, word.
Like I didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna run out of power. I thought it was like, oh, overtime, I'm not gonna be good anymore, or I'm gonna be half the power I used. No,
true.
He just got stronger. I was like, what in the world? I liked his whole little like the whole. And I don't want to get too much into it without us talking about that, but that whole kind of like curse tool, but being able to imbue it with your weapon situation and made Nanami kind of cool, like his little weapon. I thought that was kind of dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely interesting. Shout outs to El Rav, sub doc.
Saba's ability is ridiculous too. He's creating weak points, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just on another level. Like I really like Nanami a lot. He's a funny dude. Anybody else?
I'll say the whole made up backstory between Toto and the main character dude. Their whole high school relationship and how they became best friends. This dude instantly just thought of some
best
crazy
friendo.
Brosa. And then the whole synergy with the fight with that, I guess that one
Hanami, the plant, yeah.
Oh, the special breed, right?
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, just the back and forth with them two, just going at it with this curse. But the whole backstory, the whole high school, how they became friends, just out of nothing, just was so damn funny.
It's actually hilarious. It is definitely funny. Besto friendo. He's like making up the scenarios as he goes along.
Right.
So good. Anybody else? Well, I guess Demon Trap is up to you too.
What was the question again? What stood out? What stood out to us in the anime?
Mm-hmm. A moment
it was what did it for me was Gojo. Not because it's because that fight he had with Sukuna. I'm just like, yo, why is this? Like, I'm anxious to know about his background. Like, why is he this deep? Because like the way he really sunned him though. You feel me? Like he attacked him. And he fully hit him, and the next thing you know, he's sitting on his back.
Sitting on his back. That gym was crazy.
Like, yo, my pupil is watching, so I'm just gonna have to put on the show for you. Like, casually just talking to him while homie is like, you feel me, like attacking him. And I'm just like, nah, this guy's too beast. There's no way. And then moving into the anime, like all these dudes just coming together, like, yo, how we gonna take care of him? Yo, matter of fact, we can't beat him. We're gonna have to like deal with him a different type of way. Like, you know, I don't know, like if they was talking about like sealing him.
Well, they did say no. They said it. They said they were going to seal him up or something like that.
Yes, yeah, right. Seal, like try to like. Come on, you can't beat someone even if y'all all jumped him.
they can't win. You know, they was like, exactly. If we all jump him, we can't win. That is crazy.
Is sealing him away, and then mind you, they don't even know if that's gonna work 100%. And even if they seal him away, like how long is it gonna be for?
Yeah.
Like being at like looking at his power level, it don't even sound like it's gonna be for that long. It's probably gonna be up for like a couple of episodes.
Word, because remember, like they put the barrier up to keep him out. Remember the last time, and he was like, "F this barrier." Like, F this barrier. Like what? F your court.
It's that, and it's the fingers, like Schooner's fingers, like them collecting it all. I could understand if it was like his body parts, like his arm, his foot. It's just his fingers, and he's gonna be strong. Like what? So I want to see how that's gonna turn out. And that I like how it's going on.
So I think that Oh no, go ahead, Trav. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Maki. I think I'm curious to see how strong she is, because I think she's really, really strong. And watching her fight when they did the whole battle, I think who she was fighting against. First, she took the girl's sword. I thought that was gonna be a regular fight, but it ended up just being mad quick. She beat her really quick. And then you know that whole dynamic that she had with her sister, like letting her know, like I'm trying to advance, I'm trying to do something big. So I think that there's a huge story behind Maki, and we've seen how strong she can be. So like just watching her in that arc, or I don't know if you want to call it arc, this is the first season, but that time period.
The little school thing.
No, that is an arc. I think it is arc. The competition.
Okay. Yeah, like that was really dope. And like just like how Gojo is, I think the same thing with her. I think is that she's really strong. We don't even really know how strong she really is.
Yeah. No, Maki is actually one of my favorite characters in the show. Just because she's one of those like characters that they're not supposed to be as good as they are when they explain the mechanics of the show and the mechanics of the world, right? But she definitely is, based off of her will to be what it is that she wants to be. And she's not the main character. So it's not main character hacks. It's just the way she is and the way she was written, and it comes off very well. I have to say, for sure, I definitely enjoy Maki as a character. It comes to my turn now. It does. And I want to talk about this in depth. So I'm going to try to keep that to the other question that I'm going to ask. And I'm going to ask that question later. But for my moment, I have to say, one of the things that stick out to me about Jujutsu Kaisen is Nobara. Nobara to me is a really cool character, and I think that that's my problem with Jujutsu Kaisen. I like the characters. That's my problem. And you guys know how I feel about supporting cast characters and how that makes anime great for me. So if you guys just started watching the Hashira podcast, disclaimer: Ryan Date thinks that supporting cast characters make the shows better when they have actual depth to them. So that's disclaimer. So I like Nobara because she isn't just the third character on Team 7. I mean on the she isn't just the female character on Team 7. But she is actually very good. Her technique is very interesting. It's flexible and it's cool. And she's crazy. She's mad.
She's hilarious.
She's
man.
mad. And she asks all the real questions. Like Yuji punches down the wall and she's like, "You could just punch down walls?" Like the panda starts talking, right? The panda starts talking and she's like, "Is that a talking panda?" Like she asks all the real questions that no one else is paying attention to. And I think to me it's just hilarious when she does it. But I enjoy her as a whole. I like the whole hammer, nails, and what that means, like into the voodoo dolls, and like keeping people still when you hammer nails into them, and activating resonance and stuff like that. Like her whole thing is amazing. And I like the fact that she's gritty enough and she's determined enough and strong enough to actually use her ability, because you have to be able to take some pain to do the stuff that she did at the end of the season, and I'll get into that later. So that rounds out, like, I guess our beginning thing, and that's what I did that on purpose by ending with myself to do the normal thing. We're gonna segue into this, and I just want to say this. So so I know Keem said Gojo and stuff like that, but what are some like characters? And Travis said Maki and said why, right? But think of a character if you already didn't reference one, because I know who I want to talk about right now, and I think he's fantastic as a character, 100%. So, but think about some characters in the show that are different, right? That are different than the normal in the show, or resemble something from another anime that you can easily bring up, and let's talk about some of those things. And I guess to give Yes, Black Fox. All the pillars are assembled. So I have to talk about my boy Toto. I gotta talk about Toto. Toto is a breath of fresh air to anime everywhere. He is different because he was not made the way the formula normally goes. Not only is Toto the big, strong, bulky character, but he is very intelligent and very skilled. And he knows, like, he can easily analyze situations. Like, he is an actual good sorcerer for someone who is made to be the big dumb guy who's like, oh, his first interaction was like, what's your taste in women, right? You know what I mean? Like, right? What's your taste in women?
That kills me every time he brings that up. Man.
That's his first interaction with the cast that we see, right? And then he starts attacking Megumi because he has a boring taste in women, right? So he starts off like
beating him up.
He starts off with like he's this wacky thing where he's just like a weird character, and you think he's gonna be the big dumb guy who's super strong. They gotta overcome him, and that's it. And then all of a sudden, he teams up with Yuji and is starting to teach him because he knows all this stuff. Like, he's not just strong and ridiculous. He knows how to actually fight, and to the point where he could pick up cursed tools and imbue them with his abilities. To the point where, first of all, and his ability is broken. Boogie woogie. Like, even his ability is innovative. Like, what the heck? Like, everything about Toto just works. It works. And that's Toto to me, like, he took over the show. Once I saw him, I was like, what? This show was good. Like, Gojo's my favorite character still, but Toto is probably like right neck and neck with him. I think Toto is fantastic, and then Sukuna after that. And we even talk about Sukuna. But anyway,
but that's what I liked about Toto and his ability is that, like you said, he's really big and strong. So you would think that would be his like complete strength, but like him with that whole teleporting thingy, he don't necessarily have to be just like brute strength to, use that ability to get the one up on people. So that's pretty cool. How he has like I guess contrast, if you want to say.
It's a stark contrast. It's a stark contrast. Yeah. And the thing is, remember, his IQ was what, 530,000 IQ?
Yeah, I think that is the number.
when he like starts having daydreaming and talking to the idol in his head, and really goes over the situation in 0.001 seconds in order to get himself out of the situation he almost put himself into. Isn't that like, the man is intelligent? He's crazy, but he's intelligent. My best friend. He's just awesome. So, and that's I think he's fantastic. Like, come on, man. The guy is great. So, I mean, if you guys want to put in like input on that, or I guess talk about something else, like another character, I guess that did something like that sticks out to you,
Just something as far as what, just be unique in their own way.
Yeah, unique in their own way. Something, something about like in the writing that you just felt was done well for a character in the show. Like, I felt like.
What about the panda bear himself?
That yes.
The panda bear, he fought what's that robot dude?
The pandit. Like, I said
Mechamaru.
pandit. The puppet dude. I'm thinking, what's the name? You know what that gave me vibes of though? Mechamaru. You know what I'm gonna say, right? No.
I mean, he's kind of like a Nagato, if you ask me.
Thank you.
Because his body was like somewhere else and injured and stuff like that.
He was all
it's crazy because it just hit me now that you said that. Mm-hmm. I never thought about that connection before. I mean, not did. That it might not be a connection.
But so I thought he was like a
similarity.
He was like Pain and Kankuro put together because it was like a puppet and everything. Anyway,
so wouldn't the panda be like what's that dude on the Akatsuki that has all the hearts?
Oh,
Kakuzu.
Kakuzu, there you go.
I don't know if he'd be like Kakuzu.
Why am I just noticing?
Just the fact that Kakuzu had all the hearts, whatever. You had to destroy all of them just so
Well, what the panda had 2 personalities or something like that?
Yeah,
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Oh, what? We saw 2, right?
It was the gorilla.
Yeah, because he has a gorilla. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I can't even.
Isn't it 4? The panda himself.
Yeah, you're right. The panda himself, gorilla joint, and then like the beast one.
The gorilla joint.
but yeah, I agree with Tom. That whole character in itself is unique. He's a talking panda. Like, I'm not going to. I was stressed out.
No, but what is he though? Because didn't they say that exactly what he is?
Yeah, he's one of those he's one of those cursed dolls, like the little ones that they use for training. But he's a full one, exactly.
Wait.
He's about the principal.
Somebody has to break that down for me because I didn't understand what they were talking about. So
okay, so they use the cursed dolls in the show to imbue them with cursed energy and control them as a form of kind of like a technique. So it's kind of like puppets. You're using them to fight for you, sort of situation. But
besides him, who else? What else is like? Besides Panda, what's another cursed doll that they like? Who's using cursed?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you right now. So remember the dolls that were Oh, go ahead, Kadeem, you got it.
I thought the thing Toto was fighting, the little rose joint that had the little patch over his arm. That's one. The dude with the
Oh no. He's talking about the cursed tools. So for example, yeah. So for example, they used the dolls. Remember for when Yuji first got to the school in order to assess him to see if he could make it, and that cursed doll was fighting him and was really strong because it was imbued with the cursed energy of the principal. Not only that, when they were training him again, they had one cursed doll that would activate whenever you fluctuated your emotions while you were supposed to be suppressing your cursed energy while watching the movies in order to train Yuji how to focus his energy at the same time as feeling emotions. And Mekamaru himself, used
I was gonna say Mekamaru,
his cursed doll in order to fight for him because he was in a lot of pain and his body was immobile. So those are like a lot of the things. So you're using your cursed energy to imbue a cursed doll or something that can move in that form like that, and you're using your will to move it around and work with all your abilities that you have and so forth, so on. So that's kind of what those are doing. So the panda happens to be the first kind of living incarnation of that because they put in enough. So the principal, I believe, put in enough cursed power for it to become its own thing, and then he formed his own kind of personality, and the principal raised him, and so he became he's his own person. And so the thing with that is, and that's why it's so different to me because like. I don't know about you guys, but I watched the opening.
It's like an android.
Yeah,
like
technically.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that was his line, Travis. When he was fighting Mekamaru, he was like, "I'm the only one who's me. You're not even me. Like you're being controlled by someone way up in the distance. I am only this. That's all I am."
Right.
But I was watching the opening, and every time I seen the little panda jump over the thing on the roof, I was like, "Why is there a jumping, running panda?" And then it didn't explain it to us for like half the season. I'm like, the panda talks. And then Nobaro's like, why is there a talking panda? And I'm like, see, that's why I like this character. That's why I like her. She asks the real questions.
Well, you guys are thinking about Naruto. I'm thinking about Tekken. First thing that came to my mind was Yoshimitsu and Kuma.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw them fight.
Freaking Kuma.
I can see that.
Yeah.
There's a panda in there too.
There was
Right.
Panda. It's Panda's alternate outfit. That's Zhao Yu's pet. Panda. But yeah, no, Panda is definitely one of those characters who's like, no.
Also, I don't really care for this character, but I think he is kind of unique as Fushiguro. I mean,
I love Megumi. I love Megumi.
I don't know. Like every time I see him fight, I'm like, yo, he's about to just get beat up. Like all his summons, just getting smoked all the time. But then when I finally saw him create like his little half
the domain thingy,
the domain, I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this dude is wild. And you finally see some emotion come out of this dude. Like this dude
that
is
is
a
true.
psycho.
He is.
you gotta
yeah.
be like pretty. You gotta be really good to create a domain, though, right?
Yes.
Oh no, exactly.
Yes.
Like you have to be elite level to be making these things.
Not
But I mean, it wasn't even finished.
Mm.
But the fact that he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
with what he did with an unfinished domain, I was like, holy shit! Like this.
But
I
it
was tired of seeing
unfinished
the
domain.
owls and the little dogs get beat up all the time.
Right.
That's funny.
But no, the thing with the unfinished domain is not only that. I guess, and I like this about the show too. They're one of those shows that have that very Demon Slayer situation where we get explanations quick enough, fast enough that it doesn't labor our time or our attention spans. So because of Gojo's explanation, we know that in order to be good, you have to be good to make domain expansions, right? 2, your focus has to be on another level, and 3, if you're not strong enough, someone else can just overpower your domain. So you have to be strong enough to hold it over somebody's influence. So his incomplete domain held enough time over that cursed spirit, while that cursed spirit had a finger of Sukuna. So, and that to me is kind of bonkers. That's why.
But that's probably why Sukuna, he likes him though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sukuna's always just like,
plans
why are you
for it.
running, bro? So for those of you who don't know, and you probably do because Sukuna is introduced in the very beginning. Sukuna is the Kurama. Sukuna is. Let me stop.
Here we go.
Sukuna is the cursed spirit, the king of curses, and he is on the inside of the main character Itadori Yuji, who looks just like him. Wonder what that means. Foreshadowing. And And so he kind of has been absorbed into his body, and they are kind of vying for his personality and stuff. I mean, not personality, vying for who is present in the body at certain times. Sukuna is a very interesting character, and I like that a lot about Sukuna because he doesn't give a F about nobody. He really doesn't. He certainly doesn't. Like, he really doesn't. He shows up when he feels like it, and he leaves when he feels like it.
Question about what you said. Is it Sukuna? Doesn't he look like Yuji because like he's in his body?
I think so. I think that's the reason.
So when he takes on his own actual appearance, he'll look
every time they show the little silhouette of his form, it you know.
If he would have took over somebody else's body, I think he would have just looked like that.
I don't read the manga. The reason I'm gonna say no is because they do show him looking like Yuji, but in the silhouettes, he still has Yuji's face. Like, it's just the hair is longer. So I'm like, does he look like Yuji with longer hair? Like,
that could just be the demon thing. But there is an anime similar to what you're talking about. Naruto, again, Jujutsu Kaisen, seemingly just taking from another anime. But there is an anime that does.
Travis sounds so dissatisfied with Jujutsu.
Whoever's been watching the shows didn't know how I feel about Jujutsu. But there's another anime where basically he's supposed to be king of the demons or something like that, and but he's half human or whatever, and it's I guess this kind of like the whole what's it called, Yugi, the whole Yugi thing, right? So it's like basically it's his past self taking over him when he is supposed to be king of the demons, similar to Yami Yugi again. So Yami Yugi looks like Yugi, right? So it could be that, like what you're saying, Maurice. But I mean, if it's that, again, I have to reach for that. Here goes Jujutsu Kaisen doing that.
Okay.
Doing that.
So
I'm hoping it's not
everyone
that.
watching, all you guys will be watching on YouTube. Everybody who's watching live right now on Twitch. I guess the thing is, I also if you guys go back and watch the episode, I should have had the link and I should have just posted it down there. And Sukuna, yes. So, all right, Dag, X, you right on ball. So Sukuna was human before turning himself into the King of Curses. So it makes it even more so that I believe that he definitely looks like Yuji because he was actually human and then turned himself
Yugi. No, I'm joking.
That was funny.
But there's an episode of the Hashira podcast where me and Travis were doing this, and we talked about it in the beginning with kind of our thoughts and our hypotheses regarding this show. And what we came to the conclusion of, and especially in the beginning episodes, is this show is very much connected to other anime. The whole, I guess, school system situation reminds me very much of Naruto, where it's like 3 students, teacher, and the 3 students very closely resemble our favorite team in Naruto, right? We have our Itadori Yuji, who is our outgoing, outspoken, I'm gonna do this because I feel it in my heart situation guy who has on the inside of him a demon that is super strong and can pop out when it wants to and control his body. Reminds us of Naruto, of Megumi. His family isn't really Sharingan-esque, but definitely different. He's definitely different, and he has the whole kind of like cool, calm, collected demeanor. And then we get Nobara, who is, I guess, what Sakura should have been like in the very beginning.
Say it.
She is very Shippuden Sakura, so she's super strong.
She got the short hair and everything.
She's got the short hair. She's got very useful abilities, and she's good support. Plus, actually being able to handle herself on the battlefield, and we see that as like a very Team 7 situation. Not only that, me and Travis were also talking about how we felt like a lot of the curse tools and stuff reminded us of kind of like Bleach and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that the writer for Jujutsu Kaisen put in to this show that definitely take away from a lot of our favorite big name animes. But because of that, I feel like it's one of those things where every writer has an inspiration, and his inspiration happened to make this very, very good. I like that a lot, and I think the show has come together a lot, and I like the way that even though they have tropes that we're used to seeing, they also have tropes that we're not used to seeing, like Todo, like Maki, like the Panda, right? Like Nobara. Nobara is a different breed. And just like Gojo is a freaking wild boy, but we'll get into that. We're gonna get into that in a second. It's just that whole situation. I really like that. like the way that they kind of use those different things to place them in, I think it works well. That's why I like Jujutsu Kaisen, a lot. And I think that's kind of what it does. But Travis obviously feels differently. But we've had this conversation before. You can go back and watch that episode. As a matter of fact, let me drop the link. There it is.
Yeah,
right
there.
there.
I understand why Travis feels like that, though.
Thank you, Dean. And I would be remiss, just in case anybody, of course, we are the Hashira podcast. So if you guys are interested in that anime that I'm referring to, it's called Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. It's really good.
Oh, I got that on my watch list.
Oh, I watched that before. Yep.
It's pretty good. But you know what I'm talking about with the kid and then changes.
Oh no, if you're talking to me, no, I didn't watch it yet. I have it on the things to watch.
No, Maurice said he watched.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But yeah. You should check it out. Ed, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So, there goes Juju. Doing what Juju does.
So because of Juju doing what Juju does, that's why you don't like it, or
It pulls from way too many places. I'm okay.
But does that make what they're doing not good? As in, like, what you saw and received from the show, you didn't like any of it because you saw the similarities from
not
other
any
shows?
of it. I'm not gonna say I don't like any of it.
All right,
It's
so
just,
whatever it is that.
yeah, it's just a decent. It's just like I don't have it where. Let's be frank. Especially now, and I'm not saying that we're a part of that culture, but this whole hype anime culture, right now you see a lot of people watching anime, right? We can talk about it. We can say that. We said that already. That is up there with the hype anime culture. Jujutsu Kaisen is being watched by a lot of people who are now getting into anime. So we're the people who watch anime, and then of course we want to talk to those people who are part of the hype culture as well. So we watch these things, and I mean, you guys like it, right? So nothing against that, liking it, but if we're going to talk about it, I think it's good that we have all of us here that have different opinions on it. For the hype anime culture to be putting Jujutsu Kaisen on this top tier level, again, it's one of those moments where I'm like, there's a lot of animes out there that you guys I could put you onto where Juju is not. It's not that. It's not the greatest. It's good, but it's not like
But it's new and it's fresh to a lot.
I was
of
just gonna
people.
say these shows.
Yeah, it's new and it's
really
fresh.
good.
It's new and it's fresh.
And honestly, it's the same, just like Demon Slayer, in my opinion. It's so much hype behind it that so many people are watching it.
No, but if anime hype culture wasn't around, I think Demon Slayer still would be a good anime. I wouldn't say
great.
It would be decent to me. It wouldn't be a bad anime, but it's not very unique at all.
What's not unique?
What's stealing away? What's
Demon Slayer
taking from?
Demon Slayer is not unique.
What is it stealing from? What is it stealing from in a huge way?
The premise behind, you have a group of people fighting demons, and these people all have these elementals, in which I don't know how many other animes has used this scheme behind.
But that's philosophy in general, though. That's like elements it's always a thing.
It's always gonna be applied. Naruto has it.
Hunter has it. It's a thing. I mean, elements are always.
But
Hunter, do not bring Hunter into this, because
you know why I brought Hunter into this, because that's your thing. That's why I brought it in here.
I mean, regardless of whether or not it's my thing, the abilities in Hunter are ridiculously unique. Every character is crazy different, and you don't see those types of abilities like really in any other type of anime at all. So that's what makes Hunter.
Just because you're based, I don't want to go too far off, because I know how we can get. But I want
we going too far off on this one,
because I want to say this. So that means you feel the same way about My Hero, because My Hero's quirks are very, very different.
Very similar, yeah.
No, that's very unique.
Very unique. So would you put that anime up there?
My Hero?
Yeah.
Would I put it up there with what, like just the top?
Would you put it up there? Are you putting it up there? Is it
in
up there?
terms of uniqueness? Yes,
Okay.
it is up there.
Okay.
It's creative. I love.
Yeah,
to
there
see
are
the
a lot of
creativity.
random character abilities in that show.
So they
But that's
really
what I said. You, regardless of whether or not Hunter was like something I was into, you can't really put that into the same group. It's just
And that's an
like
OG
I said,
anyway.
yeah.
So
I mean, even so, it's just like Demon Slayer. It's a good anime, but it's not very unique at all to me.
because they're only talking
Jujutsu
about
Kaisen is shonen, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so they're gonna follow that basic
Sure
formula. So I mean, it's gonna be similar to other shows, but I feel like I don't know. There's just something about Juju.
Juju.
There's something about it. Like I like the whole little like demon thing, like the little not phony, but like the little horror feeling to it, even though it's not scary.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
So like I mean, I get what you're saying, where it's similar, and that can take away from something. It's like, we've seen this already. But I don't know, maybe I am part of the oh god, I keep calling Jutsu.
He loves Naruto. He loves Naruto, y'all.
The JJK hype, but I don't know. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Like I was thinking the same thing too when I went into it. I'm like, here we go again with the same old bull crap. It's just fighting, special powers. But then I'm watching it. I don't know. Maybe because I'm going into it with the negativity that I'm able to enjoy. I like watch it and just enjoy it for what it is.
I think that's probably where Travis is at. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably have like some more expectations of it. You know, the more and more you see it pulling from different animes. You know,
because I was told to like, yo, when Jujutsu Kaisen comes out, watch it. When it comes out, watch it. And I'm just like, okay. You know, because I don't want to be part of that. Like, I'm just gonna watch all the hype shows.
I just think it's really good for the characters. The characters are really making it. You know, you can't really dislike any of the characters in the show. I mean, the stories it's just kind of it's kind of bland in a sense, but the characters are what's really making it great. And plus, the animation looks amazing too.
The animation, Jesus Christ, it looks phenomenal. Yeah, absolute shout outs to Mappa, man.
Yeah, they just do it, time and time again. Even when like he would bring out his cursed, like the whole animation of cursed energy coming out like around your body, it looked so good. Around what was it like Ryuji's body when he would just bring it out on the fist? It was like, yo, that shit looks great.
Black flag.
Right.
Just that is amazing. I just want to. I guess I want to say this, and Ed took it from me for a second, and I'm going to just definitely do that one more time. So what Ed said to me is another thing that gives the show more depth. Like, it's not a scary anime, but they really went into making sure that the cursed spirits look and resemble things that are grotesque on purpose. Like, these things they look pretty freaking gross all the time, and even like the little one with like the hair on it that was trying to kill the little child in the first test, like they all just look wacky and just really weird. And I like the way that they do that. I like that. But even like the one with all the mouths and the faces that was trying to eat them inside the school, like just
that dude. The dude with the stitches, like
exactly, Mahito, and Mahito needs to die. Mahito needs to die.
He is a solid piece of shit.
He is garbage. He is absolute garbage. Anyway, go ahead.
I want to have a Kadeem moment real quick. I noticed that I feel like those two demons look very similar. Is that because it's the same person creating them? The one that they fought in, I think, was it the pool or the school?
I think so.
And then
go ahead.
I forget the one that they fought at the end.
At the bridge.
Todo and Yuji. I forgot that one's name, but they look similar to me. Like, it was like, I don't know if it's the same person creating them or like what?
I think someone is creating them in order to house the fingers of Sukuna, and that's why whenever they go to get another one back, it always ends up being something that looks the same. And that's something I want to check out. I want to figure out why they're doing that. Because like even when you look up like Jujutsu Kaisen characters on the line, they say that they name the character the holder of the finger, and they all look the same. So it's you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, I don't want to get too spoiled, so I stopped immediately by mistake. I was like, oh no, but but that's
maybe
I noticed.
Maybe you think that's the only demon the doll that could harness the power of that. Well, hold the
whatever curse. That's they just get that like if they only hold one finger, they start to look like that because they're morphing into maybe like an arm or something that belongs to Sukuna or something like. Who knows? But that's something I definitely agree with Ed. That's something that gets me. I was noticing that as well. I was like, wow, we've seen the same one each time.
Yeah, because they look very similar.
And that was darn it, my thought process. All right, cool. So I think the show is also great because I like the way that it's connected to the real world. I think that it's amazing because my man Yuji's trying to make a special ability, and he's like, man, I want to be able to do a Kamehameha or a spirit gun or something like that. Like, he loves is it Jessica Lawrence? What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer.
He loves Jennifer Lawrence. Like, they really want to go to Tokyo so they can eat sushi off rotating sushi bars and waterfalls. Like, they're really talking about the world in like where we are now. Their phones work the same, and even the lady who was like who was doing like the butler's job, technically, those guys who like watch after them, right? The lady is just like, you guys better answer your phones and don't just not talk to me because you're teenagers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real show, and it reminds you of how real it actually is when it gets into those things. And I think that's what gives it such a spicy thing. Like, there's a part where Gojo's gonna treat them all to dinner, and Megumi's texting on his phone, so he doesn't hear what they're going to eat, and they start walking off without him. Like, well, since you ain't paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a real feeling.
Real life scenarios.
Real real life scenarios that get you to understand and love the characters. And like I told you, character interaction and characters are a big thing for me. And so I still think that they took a lot of the anime that they are getting their inspiration from and just made it and fleshed it out. I'm going to read this real quick from the chat. This is from Nerdcotic, and it says, if you think about the concept of Sukuna before life of him becoming becoming a demon, from being human, right? The curses make sense. Humans are born as sin children. I really love the concept of cursing and how one can go from a normal being to an actual curse in the spiritual world. And to me, it all connects. I think that's another interesting thing because it plays off the world mechanics of Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Because even with the young boy, and I don't want to spoil it if you guys can get there because that's the part that's why Mahito has to die. Anyway, the young boy who was like just kind of dealing with like being bullied and stuff like that was able to harness cursed power in order to start using it himself because of the things that he was going through and stuff like that. So for me, that's a big thing when you see kind of like how they decided to move forward with it. I just think that it sits right and it sits well. And I think that Jujutsu, that's why Jujutsu is kind of its own thing, where it has abilities that are cool for other characters, but it makes sure that the world is very much a part of every single part of the plot, which is I think that's what kind of sets it in its own kind of direction, even amongst all of the inspiration and stuff that we see from other anime.
Wait, so you're saying the world itself?
Yeah, the world, the way that the world is weaved into the inspiration that we see, right? So we see the inspiration of the teams and the teachers and stuff like that. But then we also see how no matter what's going on, these curses are connected to Japanese tradition in some form or fashion, which is why we see the names, right? Why we see some of the abilities, why we see some of the locations that they use in the show to make sure you understand that the world is very much a part of everything that's going on in Jujutsu Kaisen based off of curses, history, lore, and functions. Sukuna is an actual legend in Japanese history. So like it's an act, like I like the way that the author is really kind of pushing that in our face, and we always kind of see it in like the way that they're written, a lot of things that the way that they're drawn and stuff like that. Even Sukuna's domain, remember, is like a bone, a broken, it's like a broken down Japanese tower, but it's like in bones instead, and his seat looks like that of a Japanese emperor, and he wears a kimono. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's done on purpose, and I think I like the way that works. But to go back to what Travis said, I have to say, cursed energy does remind me of spiritual energy from Bleach. Yes, it does, Travis. Shut up. Anyway,
somebody said Hitsugaya is better than Byukuya. Watch Ryan spaz.
Yes, watch me spaz. You better shut your mouth, X. I know that was you. Anyway, I don't have to look at it. Yep, I was right. It's X. I knew it. X is just mad that his favorite captain is trash, right, Kadeem? Because we know Toshiro didn't do anything.
Watch him out.
His favorite captain is Toshiro?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Wait, hold on. Toshiro is not my favorite character. I should.
X is, we're talking about X, bro.
Oh, I say, yeah, right here. No, who's my favorite character? Who's my favorite character? I mean, who's my favorite captain?
In Bleach?
Yeah.
It wasn't Toshiro?
No.
Is it Kenpachi?
You failed, man. You failed.
How am I failing? This is the only captain you was talking about the whole time.
Because I don't think he's as trash as what Travis makes him seem.
I agree with Travis.
In the words of Goose the Truth, spitting the truth, who'd he beat though?
You want me to ask this question again?
Nah, we're not gonna do that again. But no, to get back into Juju, I want to talk about the animation. And Tommy already touched on this in the beginning. I guess answering the beginning question, right? How good do we think Jujutsu Kaisen looks? And I think that when we talk about this anime, we have to talk about some of those fight sequences that are absolutely phenomenal. The Todo and Yuji versus Hanami was broken. That looked,
that was a good fight.
That looked too good.
That looked really good.
Too good. Oh my gosh. Everything about that fight was absolutely fantastic.
Just the transitioning between the claps and everything like that, and how they go back and forth. They really did that well.
Jesus Christ.
Even the fight, when you first see Gojo's ability, his domain with the lava head dude. When he brings out his domain and just that whole, it just looks
about the animation of his eyes.
Yes. No, his eyes are fantastic. His eyes got all the girls fangirling over it. Like the anime nerd girls are fangirling over him. Like,
non-stop memes.
There's memes about him being an F-boy and getting your number and not calling you back. Right? Tommy, I gotta say that, Tom. That joint is OD. When he was sitting there stuck in the space, he was like, I can't feel anything, or I'm feeling too much. And that whole moment when he just ripped his head off, I was like,
he just picked it right up. Oh, damn.
That joke was wild. Sorry. Oh my god.
The anime, even when he did this, what was that? The blue and red attack or purple? Or
Purple.
something
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
that purple thingy.
Yeah, the purple.
Like, holy shit! Bro.
That joke
Oh,
was
That's the name of
wild.
it.
That joke was wild.
The character is too strong.
He's
bro.
too good. He's too good.
untouchable.
He's too good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't kind of don't like that about him though. Like they just introduced him as like this super strong guy that could beat
Right.
everybody, and nobody could beat him.
And
But
he
what I
could,
do
yeah,
like
that's the
about
thing.
that in him is the way he acts. Since he's like
His
so
personality
strong, like,
offsets that.
yeah, exactly. He just be sitting however he wants, doing whatever he wants, because he know
He
they
is a
can't
clown.
nobody beat him.
He's a clown.
They probably
He is. He really
He
is.
probably
a clown.
stole that from One Punch Man. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
Saitama.
No
Saitama's
way.
stupid, bro.
He don't act
Gojo's-
like that though. He's mad chill.
Hey, here they are.
Like,
Oh,
Gojo,
God.
he
These
just
guys
be
are
like,
gonna
I'm
sit
gonna
here
walk
and
in here.
try to find a comparison in every show possible.
But this is crazy how I
Every
can.
show, you can do that with a lot of shows though.
But I don't think One Punch Man was a good
You
one.
can do that with a lot of shows though.
I don't think One Punch Man was a good one for Gojo because Saitama doesn't walk into places like he owns things. He just
Oh,
kind of.
But he's
Saitama's an idiot.
unbeatable. That's
Saitama's
my
mad chill.
reference.
No, that's true.
Unbeatable as right.
No, he's
But-
ridiculously
So then,
unbeatable.
what
But
you
he's
gonna say the
stupid.
same thing about Goku or something like that?
Goku was
Goku's
beat.
beatable.
Goku's been beaten up many times.
Nah, but he not in UI form. He's undefeated then. So how about that? Come on, man. Yeah, like what the freak? Just because somebody's
Is he
unbeatable, now that
undefeated
means
in
it's gonna be on the
Saying,
same
man,
thing.
I'm
Yes, he is.
just
Oh, is
poking
he?
holes. I could easily do it, Juju. But all right, I'm gonna shut up. For the rest of the
Hey, Juju, wait, Juju.
What?
Juju.
I also think that Oh man. I also think that I think that the fight scene in when Sukuna took over the body and fought the first one that we were talking about, those like black and the white demons with the black lines in the head. When
Special grade,
when
whatever.
Sukuna took over and fought that thing the first time was bananas. My man was like, "Yo, go fight him." And since the dude didn't want to fight him, he was like, "All right, now I got to show you what you messing with here. I'm gonna show you what
And this isn't
is about."
even a full powered,
Yeah.
nearly even full power Sukuna.
Not nearly, not nearly. And it's
He's not
just-
using.
But
And remember, he's called the poison
even
curse.
at full power, Gojo can still beat him. I think Gojo was capping when.
Wait, does he?
I think Gojo was
Is that true? Yeah, word. Is that true though?
what?
Yeah, I don't.
That Gojo could beat Sukuna if Sukuna's at like his top.
I mean,
full form?
if there's anything Gojo has shown us, Gojo doesn't lie about that stuff. So I have to believe
He
him when he says
paused
it.
though. When he asked that, he paused.
No, but he paused. He paused
Yeah.
himself, but he didn't pause on some like BS. He paused and got serious. He was like, "Oh, I'd win. It'd be hard, but I'd definitely win."
Nah,
I was
think
like,
that's
"Yo."
just- I think that's just Gojo feeling himself.
Nah.
I mean, although I'm a manga, there's nowhere near like them fighting, so I can speculate
Nah,
as far as that.
I don't think Gojo's BSing. Because even
Gojo-
he doesn't BS.
Gojo's he's full of himself at the same time. He knows what he's capable of, and nobody can touch him. I
But,
mean,
Yeah,
but,
but
that's
know-
the thing. But he
but if you
knows
know
why
what you're
nobody can
capable of-
touch him because
Right, if you know
he
what you're
knows
capable of,
exactly. He knows what he's capable of, and he's actually a good sorcerer, right? He knows how these.
he's an
first spirits
amazing.
work.
He's like the top sorcerer.
Exactly. He knows. That's the thing.
Like
So
when
he's not
people
full of
say
himself.
Gojo is coming, like
Best
they already
person
know
in the
like,
whole
yo,
anime.
shit's about to go down.
That's what I'm saying. So because he knows this information, he knows where to place himself on
What you
when he's
said,
fighting
Trey?
people. He's just Travis
Beatable in the whole anime. That's he's just
He
unbeatable.
just Gojo is just wild. His abilities broke.
They could beat him. No, he's
Stop,
beatable.
Travis.
Saitama is right now is unbeatable, but Gojo could be beat.
I don't think Gojo can be beat because even they know it. Even the villains are like, "Yo, all of us put together can't beat this man." What?
No, but
What
what-
says that?
No, but what did the guy? What did the
Stop
guy say?
saying
Though?
Saitama, bro.
The dude with the hair. I don't remember his name. That he got the stitch along his forehead. I know he was saying.
Stop saying the same time.
Ghetto.
Yeah, Ghetto.
Oh wow, I don't know.
Why should
I know. I forgot what he was saying when they were sitting at the table, but I feel like he kind of made it seem like yeah, if enough of us can get him in a certain situation,
They're finding ways
we could
to
kill,
beat
we could
him,
beat
though.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe trap him in a prison.
No, but they said they're gonna trap him. They know they can't beat him. So
Can't
they're like,
beat him, gotta
We
trap
can't
the
beat
guy.
you. We're gonna trap you because we can't beat you. That's what he said. That's what they literally said.
And then
together.
that's when the lava head though. He was like, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
test
go
him
find out. And then we learned from that test that everything the man was saying was true, and this is not the Mori show. That's what happened.
Yeah, but
we went and found
you don't want
out.
to 1v1 him, but
Even if
it was about
when the multiple person fight him, it's just not gonna happen. Even
if
Hanami
he can
was like,
if he can out domain a couple other domains, that's OD.
bro, he broke that domain and it smoked that joint. He smoked the
lava
dude's joint. Smoked
The lava
his
dude was
joint.
trash though.
And no, apparently he's not trash. He's just only trash because he fought Gojo. That's the thing. He's not trash. No, but that's the thing. He's not trash. He fought Gojo. That's the problem. When you think about it.
Well, yeah, he's gonna sun you to the max. I mean,
think about how strong Todo is.
You could do.
Todo plus Yuji.
If that lava dude would have fought anybody else, he would have beat them. He'd have
beat them. Exactly. If that lava dude fought anyone else, he was putting them in the dirt. But he had to fight Gojo, and Gojo absolutely babied him to the fact that my man flashed back, grabbed Yuji from the couch, came back to when he was fighting to teach the boy how to fight. That's how strong Gojo is. We're not playing like this is one of those anime, and I like the fact that they're making this so serious. They want you to know the dude is just that good, and I know that they're doing it for a specific reason, so I'm kind of excited about it. But they want you to know the man is not a game. He's not a game. And that's another difference in the show from other shows. We always get that strong character in anime who like people say they're unbeatable until they get beat, right? Like the Escanors and stuff like that actually have to come against challenges. But then we get Gojo and there is no challenge. There's no challenge for Gojo.
Well, there's still a lot to see.
Not yet, at least.
No, there is no he hasn't fighted.
Jujutsu Kaisen, aka One Domain or something like that.
Oh my
I'm done,
Oh my god.
Why do you want him to be Saitama so bad?
One curse man.
Oh my god, what is happening?
I'm done with this dude.
I'm done with this guy. But I did want to say,
We can't be clean. We just said it all.
I know I hate this anime, but was Gildarts beatable?
yes.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did he get beaten?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is what I'm telling you.
I just remember, like, I know I stopped watching the show early, but when there was like Gildarts come back into town, they had to like change the whole town structure and everything. Was coming
Gildarts
back.
was OD.
But Gildarts
coming
back. Yeah.
Gildarts is beatable. He can be beaten.
But
Literally.
This was a bad guy, right?
No.
No, he's a good dude.
Was a good guy. Whoa,
Yeah.
they got good guys getting beat up.
Gildarts only lost once, says El Rab, and he's a fairy tale dude. But the thing with that, and so I guess to bring it back full circle, I know I'm kind of talking probably a lot. I really enjoyed Juju. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm talking too much stream. Sorry, Hashira, if I've been running my mouth. I'm so sorry about this. But I do want to say this. I like the fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen that the older teachers do something that you don't see in most teacher-student animes. They make sure that the children get to be children. Like, they take off some of that extra kind of, like, pressure to remind them to be kids. When Yuji is struggling with the fact that he had to kill those cursed human things that, what's his name? The stupid fish up guy.
Cursed kid with the,
yeah. I forgot his name already.
Yeah,
but when we're talking about that, when they're getting into how that works, he goes to them and goes, hey, don't stress out over it. Mojito, thank you. Don't stress out over it. Don't, he's trying to make him feel better about it. He's trying to make sure that he understands that this is something he has to go through, but it's not something that's easy. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like the fact that Gojo tries to make sure the kids are still kids, right? He takes them out to dinner where they can hang out and joke around. He makes sure that, the kids are good when they're talking to each other. He wants them to integrate with the other classmen properly. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that they really take into the consideration that these are kids doing a job that is above their age just because they have the abilities to do it. And I think
Gojo himself enjoys that too, though. He likes to indulge in all that stuff.
In what?
Like I say, he's kind of like a clown type character. You haven't really seen him serious.
No, but he's serious. But he's serious when he talks to the kids. Like even when he's talking to when he's talking to Megumi, right? When Megumi's because whatever ability Megumi has, it will literally take his life to activate it. But when he does, he's gonna be able to smoke anybody, right? That's why Sukuna wanted him to activate the ability. That's why whenever he's about to activate the ability, everybody comes out of nowhere and be like, "No, cut that out," because they don't want him to die, right? So Gojo is training him right at the end when he's like, "I want to be stronger than Yuji," and Gojo goes, "Hey, it doesn't make you tough that you throw your life away. What makes you tough is that you're able to fight at the level that you need to without accessing an ability that kind of puts you above everyone else." You know what I'm saying? He literally gets a serious voice, laughs a little bit, but then gets serious and talks to him straight to his face. And I think to me, those are Gojo's redeeming qualities. You know where he's serious. It's about the kids. Whenever it comes to Yuji, he gets very serious. When he found out that they were gonna get like how Yuji got set up, he was about to go and raise hell. If Yuji didn't come back to life, it was GG's for the school. Gojo was finna go tear that place down, 100%. 100% he was gonna tear it down, because he was like, "Whoa, they set him up like that? nah. You know what I'm saying? He got tight. He was like, whoa. And then, Yuji happened
Right,
to
he's
get
just
over.
like, welcome back, yo. Just high five him on the table.
Exactly. But in his mind, right? In his mind, he's having this whole monologue about how he's about to smoke everyone who would dare set up this boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his whole mindset. Out loud,
The
he's
old
like,
guitar
"Hey, bro."
dude. I know he's probably gonna get ready to kill that dude. What was he like?
That was
The
nuts,
principal from another one?
Pull
Yeah,
that damn
from the
guitar
Kyoto
out.
school, yeah. The principal
Yeah.
from the Kyoto school, yeah. He got that old Yamamoto Taicho face from Bleach. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, he does. So, but yeah, I think that I ran my mouth. Do you guys have any, I guess, last statements on Juju? And I guess we'll run with those last statements, and then we're gonna go into our closing thing and our question for the audience and the viewers, and then I'll tune you out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just say it's a decent anime. All animes nitpick out of ideals of each anime. You can't really hold that against JJK, but it's good, man. Just watch damn anime and stop complaining.
That was shot at Travis, right?
I agree with Kadeem, though. All these new school animes have a lot they can take from.
Wow.
Yeah, all these animes piggyback off each other. You can't
It's not a
nitpick.
piggyback, bro. But anyways, whatever.
Not One Piece.
This is pulled from every single direction I can. That's what this is. I can even talk about. Hey,
Talk about it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Say, yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. Say it.
we got Bleach in there. We got Naruto in there. We got Parasite in there. We got One Punch in there. We got Nura in there. It's like,
We got
and
Yu
on
Yu
top of
Hakusho
that-
in there.
We got and then I can tell you this right now. Exorcist is in there, and here's another thing.
Exorcisto.
Here's
Blue
another thing.
Exorcist?
Yes, the manga was created when 2018. This is a fairly new manga. I would have nothing. I wouldn't be saying all these things, but it's like it's so new that it's not like, all right, they came out at around the same time. Where this is like, coming from like an older. This is coming out around the time. This is like so new that it has the chance to be able to pull from all these other places that have come out in like 2011, 2009, 2009, et cetera, et cetera. So like that's just my thought. It's like it's new. So it makes what I'm saying. It gives validity to what I'm saying. I'm not taking away. If you love the anime, love the anime. That's nothing. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying.
Love? I like it. I'm not gonna say I love it.
I also
love it.
I also
like it.
feel you, Travis. I mean, the level of uniqueness is
Yo,
not.
whose side are you on? You feel everything,
I'm,
man.
bro, I'm understanding everybody on all fronts. I'm just saying. I feel for Travis too because I love to see creativity. I love to see uniqueness.
Okay.
in
I
animes,
got you.
And it really isn't completely there. But on the other side, it's just like the animation is great. I love the characters. Some of their techniques are pretty unique. Like Nobara, she's probably the most unique character in the whole show.
Nobara's dope.
And Toto. I mean, you've never seen a character like that.
Toto is
before.
the great. Toto
Like,
is the
not
goat,
really.
What's somebody
But-
clapping their hands and then moving somewhere else?
Yeah, just certain concepts are just
I mean,
taken.
didn't
You
we
could
see that
easily-
we saw that in Demon Slayer
You did?
with the demon. Whenever he made a sound, the room changed. But never mind.
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
And Sasuke and them with the Rinnegan could do the
He was
same
doing
thing
that
too,
in,
right?
bro, and able to still.
Technically, yeah.
Nah, you can. Hell no. Nah.
So again, the technique in itself, you're right, guys. You can see, like, oh, here we go, Travis. Just do it. Here we go. So I will say that yes,
Tommy
they do
isn't
that with
The
Gojo's
hand
the
clap
man.
thing was a little stupid to me.
I think
So
I think the clap to me is amazing. I'm gonna tell you why it's amazing. Yo,
The clap
Scamby
is
was
amazing?
Good, Scamby. It is good, but it's dope because
Sciambe.
of who they gave it to. It's the placement of the ability that makes
Phil, what
the
up?
ability better than it would normally be just on its own. It's not just like given to Naruto and I said Naruto, given to Sasuke and stuff like that. That ability, like I feel like it works well because of the type of characters that
Really?
we see how Sharingan uses to be. But given to Toto is just backwards because he's, like I said, he's supposed to be the big bulky character, and he's so smart that he gets an ability that's technical instead
I
of
was gonna
overpowered.
say that.
That's what makes it dope to me. That's why I think Boogie Woogie is amazing. It's because of where it is. You know what I'm saying? If it was just anywhere else, it'd be different. But because he has it, it's why the ability is so great.
What's up with that name though for his technique?
Boogie, because look who he is, Boogie Woogie.
I know. God.
It's
a
so
big,
good.
a big, strong, tough dude like that. Your name is Boogie Woogie.
Exactly, because it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Like
I got a boogie woogie.
you got. So I think to me that is just amazing and dope. So again, I do want to say thank you everybody who's been watching in the stream. Everybody who's going to be watching this on YouTube when it drops. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let people know what's going on here at the Hashira Podcast. We're talking all that anime and nerd stuff. We will be talking that Invincible soon. Woo! That's gonna be amazing. Because you know I want to talk about that because that's a little different than our normal anime conversations. But I want to talk about that a little bit. So
it's not really an anime per se, right?
Whatever,
no,
man.
It's not. So and that's gonna be different for us to talk about. So it's gonna be great. So again.
Yeah, Demon Wild Boy.
So
Word.
again, I just want to say thank you guys for watching and sticking in with us. We appreciate it and all that good stuff. So my question to you guys, and you guys watching, viewers, you watching, what is your unique so we're gonna do it either way because I like Travis's kind of view on this. What is the trait or the thing that you see too much in other anime, and on the other side, it could be either that or what is a unique part of Jujutsu Kaisen that you really like in the show? So that's the question. So, what is a unique thing that stands out to you in Jujutsu Kaisen, or something you think that is obviously inspired by something that you can pull into and you think is cool? So put that in the comment section below. For those of you in the chat, you could put it over there, and we'll get to you guys once we stop recording this episode. And as always, Black lives will always matter. Stop that Asian hate because it's absolutely trash. Stay safe in the corona time, and more than that, stay nerdy, my friends. Jane.